On YouTube first. Hi guys, welcome to the podcast. Let's see whether or not this goes live on our YouTube. I will be having a look. 2 seconds. Let's see, because it might not even be doing anything yet, so we'll see. I don't see any live. You can connect your YouTube to it. I've already connected to it. What's the channel called? Hang on, 2 secs. I'm just waiting to see if it's live. 2 seconds. Oh yeah, I think we're live now. And it's for some reason not letting me. What is it doing? Apparently we are live, but I don't know what's happening right now. Being completely low key, oh no, we are live. Yes, we are live. We're on YouTube. Hey. Yeah, we are.
Woo!
Happy days. But now it's like frozen. Oh no, it's not. Oh, yeah, we are live. Okay, cool. Yeah, sweet. Do you want me to put a thing in the group? Yeah. Okay, welcome guys. Welcome to the podcast. Today we will be talking about motivation and mindset. Okay. Right, we are on Team Trap, this one. Alrighty, we are live. We're in it. How you doing, Jake?
I'm good, thank you, man. How are you? You good?
Yeah, man, living the dream. You know what I'm saying? Living the dream.
You know what I'm saying? Right, we're vibing.
Your mic's going a bit weird, brother. It's not sounding right.
How about now? Oh, that sounds really weird. How about now? Oh my god, that sounds worse. At least that's plugged in. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's not that it's not coming through there. It's coming through. Your audio is coming through something else, brother. Well, guys, sorry about the little delay here. That's the face of a man that knows his mic is actually not functioning right now.
It wasn't working.
It's still not working.
Fucking hell.
Turn your mic around.
Hold on. I've got it. How does that sound?
Oh my god, like so much better.
Yay.
Right then, guys. So what we're going to be doing today, then we're going to talk about motivation and mindset. So we're going to be talking about stuff that we've dealt with, some things that obviously potentially have gone on in our lives that probably have shaped us as people, and some hurdles we've got over as well that we can hopefully share some knowledge bombs with you guys about getting over, and hopefully you guys can relate to us. And the goal here with the podcast is to help you guys ultimately succeed at getting to where you want to be. And the best thing about this podcast is we wanted to give away as much information as completely free. For me personally, and I know Jake feels the same way, we just want to see people do well. And ultimately, the more you guys can succeed at doing whatever you are setting yourself out to do, whatever goal it is, the happier we'll be, just knowing that we had a helping hand in that and helping you get to where your potential is.
I feel like we should do a little intro first, because this is new. This is the first episode to YouTube. I feel like we should do a little brief intros to who we are, what we're doing, why we're here.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so do you want to start with me?
You start because mine's very short. Actually, no, I'll start because I'm short and brief, and then you can continue because your story is a lot longer than mine.
You're 6 foot. You're not short and brief.
I was thinking more age because you're old.
You're short and brief.
Okay, short and brief. My name is Jake. I am I feel Is that good? Okay, cool. That's fine. Yeah, my name's Jake. I am a personal trainer, online fitness coach, working alongside my dear friend here and the other coaches here in Tribe. Been a coach now for about 6 months. Made the change from working my 9 to 5 to going balls to the wall and being an online coach. So we are here. Been at Tribe itself now for about 3 years, coming up 3.5 years. Started off doing men's physique, really loved it, and then I was like, you know what, this might be the career for me. Made the jump, and here we are. Here we are.
Yeah, man, you've done really, really well. Like, definitely, it's been crazy actually. Like, obviously, knowing that it's been like 3 years, and the first time you set foot in the gym, you came in with some headphones on and you literally didn't speak at all. So, like, now you go into the gym and you're just kind of talking to everybody and anyone, and like, yeah, it's just such a massive personality shift.
Yeah, mate, it's huge. It's huge, and yeah, it's good. I wouldn't change it for the world. I mean, I love it every second of it. Every day in here is like just feels like a new day. Just feels like the first day again in a good way. So, like you just come in, just chat to everyone. It's just good. It's good vibes. It is good vibes.
Sick, man. That's good to know. That's good to know. Well, on that then, my name is Lewis. I've been inside of the fitness industry for the best part of probably like 13, 14 years now, which does make me feel old, but I started quite early. Um, and I've been a personal trainer for 10 years and a coach for about 5. And I've taken people off to not only make insane transformations like, abnormal transformations, but also to win bodybuilding shows, bikini shows, etc. as well. And I plan on continuing to have success inside of that realm till the point where I am one of the best coaches in the UK, or if not the best coach in the UK. I've also started a gym with my fiance, Maddie. We started from a tiny little unit, and now it's expanding to a bigger gym. And we are now at a point where we have staff, we have lots of members, and we have other coaches working alongside us, which is my dear friend Jake. And the goal is to scale this business massively into 7 figures in the future and take you guys all along with us for the ride. And yeah, it's something I wish that obviously when you look up at some of the people like, business owners from when I was young that I look up to, I wish that they documented their process of actually doing it. And I'd like to document the process of us doing it as well as much as possible by doing this podcast and talking to you guys as much as possible as well. So hopefully you can join in and take some nuggets of information from it.
Hell yeah, man. Sounds good. Just to let you guys know, there is obviously we have the Tribe Fitness Instagram page. There is a lovely story, a video that Lewis has posted up multiple times. He's done multiple different posts of this story, how about Tribe came about you and Maddie, about you, about your past, and it is a very incredible story. And yeah, like you said, we are going to go through the roof, my friend. We're gonna make it, and yeah, we're gonna take you guys along for the journey. Very exciting, bro. Very exciting stuff.
Yeah, man. I feel like sometimes it's like really, really good to kind of like have. I think this will lead us on to the first thing. Is like having like obscene goals, right? In today's society, is something that's really, really important to touch on, because I feel like a lot of people nowadays settle for the you probably call it like the industry standard, yeah. And we were talking about this the other day. Like the industry standard is something that most people strive towards. Yeah, they always go, "Oh, I want to be the industry standard. I want to be the industry standard for this and that." The industry standard is basically saying that I don't want to be really good at something and I don't want to be really bad at something. I'd rather just be kind of like mid, like just pure mid at like everything. And I kind of want to make it my job, but I also don't want it to be like super successful, but I also don't want it to fail as well. And for me, like Jake, you worked alongside me ever since we've been working together. I'm like, dude, I want to be like the UK's #1 coach. I'm going to do whatever the fuck it takes. I'll invest money wherever I need to invest money to learn what I need to learn, to do what I need to do. I'll go out of my way. And as you know, with athletes as well, that I believe that can help me get to that trajectory. So whether or not they were stepping stones on me getting in the right room with the right people, etc. And working with people like Obi, for example. Obi hadn't been coached by a good coach for ever in his life, but he had the potential to do really well. And I was like, right, okay, we can benefit each other here. I know what we need to do to be able to get you to the nth degree, to get you to that level. And it will help both of us because it will get my name inside the industry and it will get you out there so you can start developing your following. And I'm happy to pay. I mean, I paid outright to travel to Milan. I think I paid best part of like £1,300 towards that whole trip just to kind of be there with Obi, to be in the room with some of the best coaches in the world with one of my athletes. So for me, I'd rather just invest it all and dream big. And the idea of being normal is absolutely terrifying to me, but it's something that so many people strive towards, and the world naturally pulls you down into thinking just being normal is good, when in reality, people are capable of so much more.
The good thing about being delusional is that no matter how delusional your goals are, if you strive towards that goal, you will always achieve something. So if I say like, oh, I want to earn, I don't know, £1 million by the end of the year, dude, if I get to 200 grand, I've still made 200 grand. So like, being delusional is a beautiful thing. And another thing about being delusional is that you'll get a lot of people question what you're doing in a negative way and a positive way. You'll get a lot of people go like, "Oh, why are you wasting your time doing that?" And then the feeling of achievement when you turn around to those people and you go like, "This is what I achieved," and they're like, "Oh shit, damn." I'm stuck in a job that I hate, and I wish I just went balls to the wall on something and had delusional goals. Being delusional is a beautiful thing, mate. And like you mentioned there with Obi, taking him to Milan, like it has given you loads of memories, which is like very aspiring, especially for like a young coach like myself to look at and be like, holy shit, that's some of the stuff that I could do. And it's like very admirable. It's very inspiring. And it just, being in this office with you is just constantly like drives me to work, which is great. So yeah, being delusional, man, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I really appreciate you sharing that. And I think as well, like in a weird, not in a weird way, but like in a good way, I think being delusional, like if you were in a room, I had this chat with my mum. I mean, I take my mum for a coffee sometimes in the mornings just so we can bond, mother son bonding time. And I said to my mum, I was like, I don't care fucking how much money you have to pay to be able to get in a room to be able to build bonds with people that are earning 10 million, yeah, a year. Because if I can get in that fucking room, okay, and let's say right now the paywall is 20 grand a month. Yeah. All of a sudden, that to me right now, because of environment wise, and I know you're massively encouraging, I'm massively encouraging, but even that amount of money for me is deemed as the next hurdle, because we're not around someone that almost treats that as like something quite small. It's always going to be like this huge thing, which automatically makes it like this. Whoa, like we'll ever get there. Whereas if you are surrounded by people that are running like 10 million a year, right? The first thing they're going to say is, mate, hurry up. What are you doing? Like, go. That's nothing. Like 50K is even minimal, but get fucking on with it, mate. You're wasting time. This is like baby steps, man. And then you're like, oh fuck. And then you just pull your finger out, don't you? So like for me, I was saying to my mum, I was like, what I need us guys to almost have someone in here that's like, dude, what are you guys doing? Like, hurry up. you know? And then when they're like, okay, go. And even if you don't want to be, let's say for example, like 10 million is very extreme, but like you just said there, like if you have someone earning like 10 million around you being like, go mate, and then handing you down the information of what it took to get to that point, right? If you don't end up earning 10 million, okay, you don't end up earning 10 million, but let's say you started earning like 40K a month. You're like, damn, I'm not earning 10 million. You're still earning 40K a month, brother. Like that's still a lot of money, but you kind of got there and not made a big deal out of it. You've just seen it as like a stepping stone to get you to where you need to be, which is like 10 million, right? So again, you just kind of always got to stay aware of the next level up. And for me, I think for us in our job, we need to be consistently striving towards getting information from people that are steps and levels ahead, in order for us to be able to gain the knowledge that they've had, to be able to allow us to take a step ahead as well.
I have literally been that guy in the room, right? So, again, relating back to my story, I was let go from my 9 to 5 job, and in the midst of that, was trying to build a platform on Instagram to promote, online coaching and really kickstart my coaching business. And I can remember coming in here, and it's a story that will stay with me forever. I came in here and I said to you, and Lewis was like, "Oh, what was the outcome of the meeting then?" And I was like, "Oh, I've lost my job." And unlike maybe when you tell your parents bad news or something, and they're like, "Oh, it's okay, don't worry." Lewis just turned around to me and was like, "Cool, let's get to work then." And it was kind of like, "Oh, nice." It wasn't this like babying of, "Are you all right? Are you okay? Do you want me to make you some hot cocoa?" It was just like, "Get in here and let's get going. You know, let's just get started." And I've been that guy in the room looking at other people doing well, like you, Lewis, and being like, "Oh shit, you know, this is doable." You know, Lewis wasn't chosen from God to be like, you will be a prodigal son and you will make all this money. You know, you weren't gifted anything. You had to fucking graft and put in that time to graft. And to be in a room with someone that has that much experience and has gone through that much, not only do you get the inspiration side of things, but you also get the knowledge as well. Like, oh my God, if I were to approach online coaching on my own, I would have absolutely no structure, no plan, no anything to do it. But because again, surrounding yourself in an environment of people that have been there, gone through the graft, and therefore come out better on the other side, you suddenly pick up all this knowledge, and then like 2, 3 months down the line, you're doing stuff on your computer where you think, "Fuck me, me 2 months ago would have absolutely no clue what I'm doing right now." So not only do you get the inspiration, but you get so much knowledge, like so much knowledge from it.
I think as well earlier on we had a phone call with a guy called Charlie, right? And I had a phone call with this guy called Charlie, and he's just become a PT. And he was like, "Oh, well, I'd just like to learn from you and be able to like have you as a coach to be able to tell me what to do, how to move forward." I was like, "Okay, what are you doing at the moment?" And honest to God, he's like, so he's just got into the industry, so he hasn't even delved into it at all yet. So he, didn't have a platform for coaching, didn't have anything really set up, didn't really know about much either. And then we had like a 35-minute phone call of me being like, "You need this, and then you need this, and you need this, and then you need this." And his response was, "There is a lot that goes into this, isn't there?" And I was like, "Yeah, but well, when I've been setting it up, and like even when we've been working together, Jake, like it's been gradual over time, yeah. Like it's years of like, oh, we're gonna try this thing. This thing works. Oh, that's pretty cool. We'll stick with that one then. And then it's like, oh, we can add this on as well. This helps with this. And it's like growing it over time. And then only then, when I was having that chat with Charlie, I was like, we have this thing that is what feels to us as quite simplistic, but actually, when you look at it, holy shit, there are so many moving parts to what we do as coaches. There's about fucking 12 different platforms that we use, so much data that we use. I was like, mate, this is how good products are built. Yeah, they're always built from like a foundational base of being quite like average, and then you add and add and add and add and add, and eventually over time, this product becomes this really unique thing with so many moving parts. It's a bit like cars. You're using cars as an analogy. Like cars, 100 years ago were just wheels with engines on, right? And now it's like you've got your electronic windows, you've got your sat nav built in, your CD player and stuff. You think that going back then, if you told the person that made the first car that, by the way, we basically have a color screen TV in the dashboard, and they'll be like, what? Why? Like, when did that happen? Oh, by the way, you got to plug your car in now. You got to do a software update on it. What is software? Like, all of these things would be like they're just absolutely blown away from. But again, that's been a natural progression over a long period of time to where it is now, which is crazy to think about when you actually truly think about it.
There has been, because we live in a very fast progressive world, like day and age, and also like the industry itself, bro. It's like so fast moving. Like the amount of times that I've come in here and I'm been like, right, okay, so I've just got my head around this, and then I'll come in and Lewis will be like, "Have you used this?" And I'm like, "Bro, I can't fucking hack any more new stuff." I'm like, dude, my brain can only take so much before I start to like burn out. So yeah, I mean, it's a fast moving industry, but because of that, it's very exciting. Like again, linking back to the to my point before, there's so much knowledge out there, and there are so many useful tools that you can use to not only make it easier, but also get more knowledge out to more people. Like social media, for example. Like, bro, if we didn't have social media, we'd be out like, I don't know, with flies every day, fucking talking to people. Whereas now you can just upload something on your phone and it's like, instantly 1,000 people have seen it and you're just like, oh, okay, cool, sweet. That's my outreach done for the day. Whereas, so yeah, but it's a lot. It is a lot. But again, it's exciting. And if you truly love it, and this goes with any business, if you truly love it and you're truly invested, yeah, 2 months down the line, you're like a different person. You've got like a different brain almost. Like you just work differently, and it's brilliant. It is brilliant.
Yeah, man, 100%. And like you said, you can apply that in any industry. And I'd imagine there are so many other industries apart from ours that just move like all the time and so quick. You probably have to just keep up with it and try your hardest to just stay above water in most cases because there's so many updates, so many different platforms, so many different things. Even in our industry with fitness and coaching, like science is progressing at such a fast pace now where like things that you would have learned 10 years ago have been disproven and proven wrong, and there's new methods to get better results and so on and so forth, and it starts to get very, very daunting. And I suppose our job as coaches is to be at the forefront of that information and relay the information that's actually worth sharing to clients, and filter through some of the information that actually is not even really that beneficial at all. Like I think going on to like the science-based lifting community at the moment, right? That this holy shit has been done to the nth degree now, where there are lads on Instagram putting straps on their arms using like low row machines and then just retracting their shoulders. They're like upper scapular, trapezius, rhomboid, erector initiation exercise for maximal growth. Like, dude, right? The level of benefit that would give you over just doing the normal range of motion, we're talking into the 0.002% range, or even less than that. Like, and to be honest, that requires you being built the perfect way and doing the perfect exercise execution. And like there are lads sticking their arms in fucking rollers and then using that as a like a front delt raise on a low row. It is wild, man. Like at the end of the day, it's our job as coaches to filter out all of the nonsense as well that actually people will put so much effort in for very little benefit. There are exercises that were used back in the golden era of bodybuilding that will still work today. Like the human physiology has not changed in that period of time. Like those exercises that built muscle back then will still build muscle now. And yes, there are better approaches to it, but the fundamental foundation is still the same. And I feel like with the science based lifting community, they're trying to just get rid of the foundation and build their own thing. And that's actually like, brother, number one, it says a lot that you can fit your arm in a foam roller to start with. I can't do that. So, if you're going to talk about the optimal exercise to build your arms and you can fit your arm in a small arm roller, I really don't think that you've got much credibility with that, with saying it's better than a standard bicep curl.
Do you know what I call those people?
Bottom feeders.
No, you call them flitter gibbets. People that talk excessively. That's what you call them. That is what you call them. And I think most of their content is just rage bait at the end of the day, isn't it? Like it is just pure rage bait. It has to be, because there is no way in your gym bag, right? You compare like a golden era gym bag to the one now. You might have like a lifting belt, some straps, pre-workout, and maybe like, I don't know, the smallest bit of crack cocaine. Nowadays, you've got a roller, straps, belt, maybe 3 belts actually. You've also got like your bodybuilding suit, your bench strap, your bench band. Oh, bro, I honestly think most of it is just rage bait.
Your fluffy bunny mascot, just in case you want a 1RM.
Your little teddy bear that your mum gave you because he started the gym.
You give it a little kiss before you go for a lift.
I love you.
No, but you are speaking facts. I genuinely, I do think a lot of it is rage bait, but there are genuinely people taking that advice on board and applying it in the gym, and that's the concerning thing, right? Is that actually some people are seeing this as rage bait and they're not as knowledgeable when it comes to like rage bait material. That rage bait material is designed to get you fired up and to get you angry, so that then you would just interact with their Instagram account. doesn't mean what they're saying is true. It doesn't mean that what they're actually, the information that they are sharing, has any benefit to you whatsoever.
I'd actually like to counter that because not too long ago I made a video about eating dog food for protein, and I heavily stand by that. Okay.
We're going to move on.
Okay. All right then. Okay.
Well, if you like it so much, then I'm sure all of the people that are tuning in right now wouldn't mind seeing you eat a tin of dog food whenever you're ready.
I already have to.
Yeah, but you know about the mTOR pathway. We need frequent protein feedings every 3 hours. So whenever you're ready, bro.
No, I ate 2 hours ago, so I can't.
No. I've been in the office with you all day. I can reassure you, you ate 4 hours ago.
Fuck. See, look, rage bait, guys. Pure rage bait. Slowly pulls out dog food from pocket.
Yeah. So I think that going back to what we were talking about then. So in terms of what we were talking about initially was trying to get out of the social norms, yeah, and trying to just keep driven. And I shared a video in our coaching group recently, or earlier today, actually, from, and like it's pretty cool, right? It's Jeff Bezos's last message as a CEO of Amazon, and he talks about how everything in life has to fight in order to be able to stay alive. So the human body has to consistently fight to stay warmer than the environment around it in order for it to survive. And how some plants in dry environments fight their physiology of literally giving water back to the environment because they need that water to be able to feed their cells. So they're fighting against their own physiology consistently to be able to stay alive. And sometimes the world tries to make you believe that being normal is good and it's fine. But actually, the fight here is putting in the work. And at no point, because your body's never comfortable, it's always working to keep you alive. If plants are always working to keep alive, you have to put the work in. And he left that whole message. He said, at the end of the day, if the world's going to consistently pull you back to being normal, you are capable of so much more than that. So you have to hold the fucking line, which basically means you have to stand by what you are striving to achieve, no matter what. Don't let things get in your head. Don't let people tell you that your idea is stupid. Don't let people say that, oh, okay, but this would be way more comfortable. If you're in fitness, right? Just come out with the boys. It's only one night. It's only one night. It won't hurt you. No, you have to hold the fucking line, because what they're trying to do is they're trying to pull you back into just normality. And for you, your expectations of your life exceed that. You want to be in the shape that they are not, and you want to be able to achieve things that they can't. And in order to be able to do that, you have to hold the fucking line. So it really hit me when I heard that on the podcast I listened to this morning, and it really lit a fire underneath me, because there are so many times as a business owner, you've got to filter through the feedback that you're given, because sometimes people will say things on what they believe you should be doing. And whilst I was always told at the beginning, you have to listen to your customers, you do definitely take it on board. But at the end of the day, it's your business, it's your vision, and you have a vision of where you want that to go. And if what they're saying doesn't marry up with where you want your vision to be, you have to hold the fucking line. And sometimes that's really hard, because you want to please everybody as a business owner. You want your business to be really, really good. So the idea of upsetting one person, even if the right decision is to upset that one person to keep 60 other people happy, is still hard to do.
We've definitely seen that dynamic shift in other areas as well. For example, like our content, like the amount of times that we've made a video and we're like, oh, I don't really think we can post that because like X, Y, and Z is going to get annoyed if we do because it doesn't match their opinions. And then, but now it's kind of like, but those aren't really the people that we'd want to work with anyway. So if we just go for it, then what's the worst thing that can happen? The people that don't want to work with us don't want to work with us more, and the people that do. So sometimes you just have to get past that barrier of wanting to please everyone. Because I'm sure you went through a stage in your life as well, where you're like, oh, I want to do this, but my mum's not doesn't want me to do it, and like dad has this opinion. And fuck me, man, how many times have I come in this office and been like, oh, I really want to do this, but like, oh no, so and so won't like it. And now it's kind of just like a okay, whatever, you don't like it, that's fine, that's your opinion. But it's just going through that barrier, which it takes time, and like with anything does take time, but as soon as you get over it, you're like, what the fuck was I stressing about? So that group that you're in, they're constantly sort of putting you down on what you want to do and achieve, no matter how delusional it is. You strive for that, and those groups slowly separate from you, and then you're in a better place than they are, like 10 years down the line. Then you'd be kicking yourself if you didn't just fucking go for it. It's this idea of being uncomfortable, isn't it? Like we want to be as comfortable, like as humans, our sort of like mental states, we want to be as comfortable and as please as many people as possible. And the one person that goes against all that and goes against the social norm and goes against making people feel comfortable and getting on with everyone all the time, those are the ones that like truly thrive. You hear about Steve Jobs all the time. Like Steve Jobs was a massive, was it Steve Jobs or was it Bill Gates? One of them was a massive arsehole. Steve Jobs. Yeah, one of them was like, I mean, he was a massive asshole to his staff, but at the same time bought the best in them because he was like, no, this is fucking shit. You're gonna do this again, and therefore we built this insane company, one of like the most worth worthiest companies in the world. And again, it's that belief of just getting past the uncomfortable, pissing the people off that don't agree with you, and just fucking going for it anyway.
There's this one scene. There's two things I want to touch on. There's this one scene from, I don't know what series it is, right? But it's this chef who's walking out, right? And there's a guy who is the owner of the business, or he could even be the head chef. And as he's leaving, this younger chef talking to the head chef goes, clearly the younger chef's just been awarded as like best chef or something. And he goes, I hate you. And he goes, this older chef goes, good. Good. That's great. And he goes, I hate you. You've literally destroyed my life. And he's like, yeah, I have. He goes, you don't even seem regretful. He goes, no, because this is what has made you a good chef. Yeah, if you came in the way you were at the beginning, you wouldn't be here right now. You wouldn't be succeeding at those things. And going back to it, and I know you want to chime in, Jake, because you've definitely seen this program and you want to try and know what it is. But one thing that I did want to get across here is that actually sometimes sticking with your guns and sometimes having those harder conversations with people to say, look, I'm not going to get involved in that, or actually that does not stand with my beliefs, is something that you just have to do. And sometimes if the people around you are not maximizing their capabilities because they've got ideas and dreams of succeeding, you have to tell them the hard truth. You have to tell them they're not working hard enough. You have to tell them that their actions right now are not going to result in where they want to be. And one of the best things that worked for me when I was young, and it works for anyone, and I think this is the best bit of advice I could give anyone. And I've been trying to figure out how to be able to get this across to people for so long. Figure out the person you want to be in 10 years' time and work your way back from there. That's where you want to start. So you want to be, if you want to be the world's best coach and you want to be at the forefront of the fitness industry, right? In 10 years' time, if that is you, what did you have to do to be there? What attributes do you need to have to be able to be there? Well, number one, you've got to be very good at decision making. So you've got to be very good at making the right choices under a high pressure environment. What would allow me to do that? Okay, really good knowledge about nutrition, really good knowledge about human physiology and anatomy. So I'm going to go and I'm just going to learn that as best I possibly can. How would I get to coach some of the best athletes? If I'm already coaching them at this point, how would I get to coach them? Well, I got to be in the room with them. They've got to know me. So it means I've got to make content that's going to resonate with those people. So I've got to make content. I've got to prove myself to those people to make sure that they understand that I'm worth the time and I'm worth being their coach. And does me being the best coach in the world allow me time to fuck about with my mates doing fuck all towards that goal? Probably not, to be honest. I've got to dedicate my life to it because that, again, being the fitness industry is massive now. It's not like it used to be. It's huge. There are millions of people all trying to do the exact same thing. So the environment is exactly the same as what Steve Jobs was. There's loads of people coding. There's loads of people doing stuff. There's IT advancements all the time. So the only thing that's going to make Steve Jobs stand out in an environment like that is by doing something completely different and doubling the fuck down and spending the most possible time that he can developing something that's completely brand new. And if it needs to be that good that it shocks the whole industry, does he have time to mess about? No. So he's going to set up his garage and he's going to get his mates over and we're going to build something. And it's going to take so much time and it's going to take years, but eventually it will be the best. But we have to do what everybody else is not willing to do right now. So that means having the traits, having the mindset of like, get out of my way. You are in my way. You are wasting my time, and I don't have time to spare right now. And if that means upsetting someone, if 10 years you and is not bothered by that, you're not bothered by that now. So that's the best thing you could possibly do.
That whole time I felt like a 5-year-old in class that like knows the answer and the teacher just won't fucking pick them. I was like, dude, pick me. The Bear is a brilliant fucking series, dude. And again, it's not fitness related, it's nothing to do with our industry, but it's the mindset side of things which it just fucking nails to a T. And if anyone out there hasn't seen it, it's on Disney Plus. It's The Bear. It is one of the best series I've ever seen. Some of the episodes you might be a little like, what the fuck's going on? But I feel like that kind of gives like an insight to people's minds that are working at the top. Like sometimes it's chaotic and sometimes it's a bit like all over the place and like misconstrued and stuff. And like people don't really know what's going on. But eventually the outcome is, and in the series' case, the best restaurant in the world, the best chef in the world. But through the midst of all that chaos and all of that like turmoil and all of that sort of, it's that chaoticness, if you will, comes one of the best chefs, one of the best restaurants. It's like why people, when people say like, "Oh, pressure makes diamonds," sort of thing, because it does. Like pressure is amazing. Like it's key for growth and development and success. And again, I've been that guy that's come into the office sometimes and been like, "Oh, I'm not really where I want to be." And again, instead of getting that sort of, you know, suck it up approach of like, "Oh, it's okay, you'll get there, you're fine." It's like a kind of almost like a metaphorical slap across the face, being like, pull your finger out and fucking get to work then. And there's two ways that you can respond to that. And unfortunately, I'm part of a generation that wants to be, the victim, 9 times out of 10. You can either respond in the sense of, oh, the world's just out to get me and I really hate it and like nothing's going my way. Or you could be that 1 out of 10 person that turns around and goes, yeah, you know what? Fuck yeah. Of course I can. I could make it. And I've just got to push through. And like this period is shit, but I'm going to get through it. And I saw a quote on Instagram, which I was trying to look for on my phone because my memory's awful. Hence why I was looking down. And it was, um, train like you've never won and compete like you're the champion of the world. And I think that's just brilliant. Like every single day you turn up to your business or the gym, for example, if you're like, wanting to get in better shape, you want to train like you are the bottom. You are the bottom of the bottom. You've lost every single fight. You are nowhere near the top, but at the same time, you want to compete against other people like you are like the world champion. Like, look, this is my area. This is what I'm going to succeed in. I'm going to be the best of the best in this area. And that's just the mental attitude you've got to have. But yeah, going back to your point, like the Bear is like, oh, it's a fucking brilliant series, dude. It is absolutely insane. Just like the mindset side of things is brilliant.
Touching on one point there that was really, really useful for people here that could listen in is how to deal with problems, because that's something that I really want to touch on as well. If we are going to be talking about dealing with problems, something that I heard once that was really useful for me anyway is that everybody goes through problems. We all have problems in life, and if we let those problems overwhelm us, which is very easily done, then you will be overwhelmed and you will shut down. And one of two things. Number one, Prioritization is a thing. If you've got loads of problems going on in your life, you need to prioritize one specific problem and you need to focus on getting over that first. If you get over that first, then the other things you can deal with one by one. But momentum's definitely very strong. And if you start by dealing with one problem and resolving that problem, then you get this sort of sense of empowerment of, oh, I dealt with that. That's fine. And normally start with the thing that's affecting your life the most. If it's financial, if you're worried about a bill or something, find a way to get that money set aside so it's done. And then you're like, cool, that's done. Okay, I've dealt with that now. That caused me a boatload of stress. I feel way better. So actually, these other things are also causing me loads of stress. If I've just dealt with that one, it's made me feel better. Imagine how good I'm going to feel if I deal with the next one and you deal with the next one. So momentum's a thing. But also, problems are not always bad. Problems are, and failure is not always bad. Failing at something is very, very important because if you try something and you fail at it, a lot of people go, "Oh fuck, I I failed it. I'm never going to do that again." No, like, being honest, you should go again. Like, you should keep going unless it's something obvious where, like, you've really fucked up and then, I don't know, you're creating a product for an industry that's just not there. But if you know that something has been done before, so let's say, for example, we're running an event this weekend, it is not as busy as we wanted it to be. And admittedly, we know we could have pushed that even harder. We could have pushed that way more online. But for me, I'm like, cool, we're still going to run the event. It's still going to be fun. It's going to be fun for our gym members. Did we want it to be busier? Yes. But now we know that we cannot publicize an event like that in 1 month. So for us, it's like, will we never run an event again because it's not busy? No, we will run another event, but this time we're going to have 3 months. And this time we're going to push it way harder. And next time we're going to make sure we go out and we make flyers and posters and things like that. So again, if people have run events for a long time and they've been successful, and just because you failed it at the once, doesn't mean that all events clearly don't work. It just means that the way you've tried to do it wasn't good enough. So you now need to go back, refine the model, try a fucking again. And if anything, it puts you levels ahead of people that are trying to start their own event because they haven't figured that one out yet. They've got to go through that. I'm just going to publicize it in a month and then it'll be busy. So they've got to go through that to figure out that doesn't work. You know that doesn't work. You've tried it. It doesn't work. Go back to the drawing board, take the data that you have, which is this doesn't work, put it to one side, move forwards with the new method that you put together. So for us, it's 3 months. And maybe next time that doesn't work. Maybe it doesn't work either. And at that point, do you know what we do? We run another event, but this time we publicized it for 2.5 or 6 months. But eventually our event will be busy. It will. I know it will. It will be rammed in it. But it's just a case of going back to that drawing board. So sometimes a problem is not a problem. It's data that you need to resolve that problem further downstream at a much larger scale.
In gym terms, you could kind of relate that to like the process of progressive overload in a sense, because you are going towards a problem, you're having to get through it, and because you've got through that problem, you've gotten stronger. And when a bigger problem comes, you're like, oh, this is a little bigger than last time, but we did it last time, so we could probably do it this time, and then you get through that problem. And yeah, the good thing about failure is that it teaches you so much. It teaches you so much. Like the amount of times my mum's pulled me to the side and she's like, Jake, be honest with me. How long are you going to give it doing this coaching gig, right? Before, you sort of like pack it in. And, to give her peace of mind, 'cause she's my mum and I love her very much and I always will. It's, I'll give it a year, mum. I give it a year. But as soon as I come into this office, I'm like, bro, if it doesn't work, we're going again. We're trying again. And you've said it to me countless times as well. You're like, if the gym closes down tomorrow, if I get like a, I don't know, stupid tax bill or something, or the gym has to go, I'm getting a job in Tesco, I'm writing up another plan, and we're going again.
So it's something with that that's very, very useful is that, like with you, when I said that to you, I said to you at the time, for me, my mind, and I feel like people should see this and people should believe in this and people should follow this because this will only benefit you. If you see someone doing something that you are inspired by, if you see someone in great shape or you see someone that's owning a business that you want to run or they're doing a career path that you really want, the best bit of advice is they are only fucking human. They are literally human beings. Their skin, bones, fluid, and everything else that makes a human being. They're exactly the same as you. And I'm not going to fucking take a knee to the idea that, oh yeah, but I'm different. Fuck off. Yeah, you're not. You're literally the fucking same physiology and anatomy. You are. Yeah. So at the end of the day, for me, if I see someone doing something great and I'm like, I want to be there, okay, cool. All I need to do is emulate exactly what they've done with my own little twist on it, but I just need to be there. And I know I can be there because another human being is there. So there's nothing different between us. You just have a method or a system or something that you followed that's clearly worked. I need to figure out what that is. And I need to replicate that no matter how much time it takes. And I will try and I will fail. And I will try and I will fail. And then eventually I will nail it. And it is a level of persistence that people just underestimate. And I feel like people look at, I don't know, we look at all these people that do really, really well and we use them as inspiration. Oh, they came from the ground up. They did, yeah. And it sounds lovely, but the process is ugly. The process is shit. It's, people look, we look at Alex Hormozy. If you actually listen to his backstory, at one point he was owning a gym and sleeping on the floor of that gym and sharing a house when he could eventually afford a room with another family who were all trying to save because he just didn't have enough money. And he even said to his partner, he said to Layla, he was like, I don't think you should be with me. I think I'm a sinking ship. Now he's worth something like 750 million. That guy is so successful at what he does through sheer persistence, but there's been a lot of shit over a very long period of time, which sadly nowadays will break people. And they'll go, no, I can't, I just can't do it. Shut up, deal with it, live in the suck, because then that means you're paying your dues to allow you to be able to live the life that you want to live. If you want your career, if you want your body, God, it's so much easier with a body transformation because you can still be in the comfort of your own fucking home whilst you're dieting. Like you've got the luxuries that you probably take for granted of having a bed, having a sofa, having Netflix to watch, having the access to healthy food, which yes, you are in a deprived calorie deficit state, but you're not fucking scavenging for food at this point. Yeah. Some of these people had to scavenge for food to be able to put the money they were earning into something to be able to grow it, right? So sometimes it's that humbling state of, look, listen, like the suck sucks, but just deal with it. Someone else that is where you want to be has dealt with it so much better. And you could do exactly the same. We are all just skin. We are all just bones. We are all human beings. There's nothing stopping you from doing that.
It's like what I said earlier, in the sense of like, God didn't put you down on this planet and say you will be my, gifted boy, and I'm gonna give everything to you because I want to. It's like, no, you've got to, you got to put some work into it and some graft into it. And I feel like some celebrities, they, some famous, influencers, whether that's in like the sport world or like the acting world, they will like dabble into their backstory a little bit. A little bit. It's maybe like a brief, if it was like a 10-minute speech, it would be like a brief 3 minutes of their speech, and the rest is like really good. And again, like you said, people will look at that and be like, oh, that's really inspiring. But like, that's like nothing though, because you will never be able to experience like the pain that they've got to. And again, I'll link back to sort of what I was talking about with my generation specifically, is that we expect so much for so little. It is stupid. Like, it is ridiculous in the sense of, I feel like, so some people similar, my age and similar or younger, just expect to have value from the get-go. And it's kind of like, well, what have you done to get that value? What have you worked hard for? And they'll say something like, oh, I did this for a week, and it's like, okay, great. Like, where is your prolonged graft period where you have, maybe not to the extent of being sleeping on the floor, but like, where is your graft? Where is your work? You cannot just expect something from nothing, you know?
Yeah, man. I think that partly is the uni culture, isn't it, as well? Yeah, like the uni culture nowadays is like, I mean, the uni culture used to mean a lot, didn't it? Like, let's be honest, it used to mean like if you got to uni, if you actually qualified to get into uni, then obviously businesses would look at that and be like, "Oh wow, they went to uni. That's really impressive." And now anybody can go to uni for pretty much anything. And I think there's even like a World of Warcraft degree you can do now, and it's like, okay, that's fine, but I mean that really narrows down your business potential, doesn't it? I'm not gonna lie. So at the end of the day, huh?
Is that does that explain why you're leaving us in September? Going back down to Portsmouth or
Bro,
Plymouth, wherever
I'm
you went.
gonna be a level 65 night elf paladin. But no, I do think it's this my mum's pretty high up. So for you guys that don't know, my mum's pretty high up in like an internet security business, and she gets massively frustrated because my mum's of a different era. And she would like me saying that, but she's of a different era where like you had to, in order to be able to get paid more, you had to graft for it, right? So she said that obviously they've got all these interns coming through that are young, probably fresh out of uni, and some of them are doing 6 months of work, and then they're sat down with them. Bear in mind, these guys are getting paid really fucking well. We're talking like borderline up to 100K, right? And they're sat with my mum, who's their manager, and they're like, "Mandy, I need to get paid more." And like these are some people that are barely even scraping past the targets. And she's like, okay, why? What is interesting? You mentioned that. Why do you feel that way? And they're like, because I've been here for 6 months now. And then obviously my mum's like, okay, but we haven't really hit our targets. We haven't brought in the money into the business that was expected. So I can't really offer you uh, a pay raise because, to be honest with you, you're barely even hitting your current targets. And they're like, but I've been here for 6 months though. And then obviously for their expectation is like the more time I spend in the building, the more I should get paid. And in reality, the way it should work is the more value you bring to the business, the more you should get paid. So if your targets were, I don't know, let's say 250 grand to bring into the business, but you were hitting 350, you were hitting 400 consistently, you have leverage to sit down with management and go, I deserve to be paid more because I'm exceeding my targets. So they go, yeah, you know what? This person is exceeding his targets. And it doesn't require you being in the building. You could, let's say you had a Jake, if I was a business, right, and you came in and within an hour of you being in the day, you had doubled your sales quota. And you're like, dude, I'm off. I'm gonna go chill with Shah. And I'm there like, okay, that's fine. I've got no leg to stand on to say no because you'll be there like, dude, I am bringing you in what you've asked me to bring in, no, and then some, right? And I'll be there like, yeah, absolutely. You could even then, even though you're not spending that much time inside of the business, you could sit down and go, I deserve to be paid more. And I'll be like, well, I actually have no leg to stand on because I had an expectation of you bringing in this, and that's why I was paying you this, but you're three timesing that. So yeah, absolutely, because it'd be worse for me to lose you. So I want to pay you more, man. I don't want to lose you because you're so beneficial for the business, even if you do spend an hour in there. So getting that across to the younger generation that actually it's not so much about just time, it's value and how much value you bring to something. And I think that carries over into every aspect of everyone's life, right? It's how much value do you actually bring to people around you? And again, even in friendship circles, you got that one friend that never gets included in the WhatsApp messages, never gets involved, never turns up to the events, right? The one time they hold something where they want to, I don't know, they're like, hey guys, it's my birthday. It'd be great for you to be there. And then obviously their mates are like, mate, sorry, I'm really busy. And they're like, cannot believe my mates didn't turn up. But you're not bringing any value to other people either. So like you didn't show up for their birthdays, you didn't show up for their parties, you didn't show up for their events, their big events either. So actually at this point, you can't really blame them, to be honest, because you're putting zero fucking effort in. So it's like people just expect everything for absolutely nothing, which is frustrating because people are capable of so much. And if they were aware of that and just came to terms with that in reality, not fantasy, people could absolutely live the lives that they really want, which is frustrating for us because we obviously want to help out as much as possible. And knowing that, it's like, I don't know, It's hard, isn't it? You just want to be like, you want to shake him and be like, you could be where you want to be right now, but you are stopping yourself. And I can't do shit for you, bro. Like you actually have to go out and just do that yourself.
It's this level of arrogance, isn't it? It's this level of sort of
I don't think it's arrogance. I think you don't think it's just lack of knowledge.
it could potentially be a lack of knowledge, but I think because I was going to relate it to like myself, like I always do. Um, I had this.
Ego, ego. Sorry.
I remember coming in at the office a couple of times and having this sort of level of like, um, why am I not getting like the coaching clients and stuff? And again, for me, I can like admittedly say it was a level of arrogance of like, oh, I've labeled myself a coach, therefore I need people, people should be coming on board with me, and they're not. And you were that person, as always, to give me a shake and slap me around the face and be like, dude, what the fuck are you on about? Like you haven't put in the hours yet. You haven't put in the time yet to earn that trust with people to get that value. And yeah, like I said, for me, it was just this level of arrogance. But it would be interesting to know how you can put that across to the younger generation. Like, and I feel like until they go through something that's truly sort of like, whether it's a financial struggle, whether it's some form of like major event in their life, how do you get that across to them to be like, look, y- you have no value until you put some time in. It's weird.
I think it's quite easy, to be honest. I think it's actually very linear, but they have to be accepting to they have to accept that that's the reality, right? So it's simple as just do the work. Just do the work. Yeah, like that's literally it. Do the work until the work feels like it's never going to pay off. Then you'll get a pay raise. Then you'll get to where you want to be. But you need to do the work consistently on the days where you don't want to do the work all the time to the point where it feels hopeless, and then you'll get to where you want to be. And it sounds really morbid and it sounds really grim and horrible, but if you do, for me personally, and I'm trying to I'm trying to relay this information across because I understand that like there are people here that are listening in because they're on their own body transformation. There are people listening in maybe as business owners that are maybe going through struggling stuff themselves, or maybe people just dealing with stuff that they want to apply this sort of information to their life. But um, well, for me, the analogy is when me and Maddie set up the gym, right? And we set up that gym. We're in a tiny unit with no heating, with gaps in the roof and Amazon carpet tiles that were like fucking, I don't know, a fiver a pop, just is all we could fucking, afford at the time. And we're freezing cold, man, like freezing cold in that gym at like 10 p.m. at night. And 11 p.m. at night, fucking midnight. There are videos of me like 4 layers dancing around the gym, and it's like funny because Maddie's recording it because I'm just like dancing, trying to get on. She's like, "What are you fucking doing?" I'm like, "I'm just trying to get warm." Like, but at the same time, we had to be there because we were either painting the walls or we were doing work or prepping for the following day or trying to get promotion work done, and we are trying to get like marketing completed. And for everybody that comes into the gym now, it's like I don't know. It's hard. It's tricky to say to people like, look, like at that point, it was so fucking uncomfortable, but we just did the work anyway, and we just sucked through it. And actually, we did the work without the plan of being in this side of the gym, without expanding. We had no idea that this was even available. So all we had at the time was that tiny little unit, and we were just doing the work. And do you know what? Because we were just doing the work, at no point did we reach a point where we were financially strained. And that was my biggest worry. But the more work I did, the more I got paid, the more I wasn't worried about bills, the more I progressed the business, the faster the community built and the faster it got us to where we wanted to be. And any time where I've let my foot off the gas, even when I've been comfortable and chosen not to do the work because I wanted to just chill or something, I've taken noticeable steps back. Like people have left and they're not been replaced. And I've gone, like, fucking hell, like, what the fuck is happening? And sometimes if you do let your foot off the gas for too long and not do the work, you are like, again, doing the work for a very consistent period of time will allow you to take small steps forwards. Not doing the work for a short period of time will negatively impact you 3 steps backwards. So it's like you have to just keep that foot down always 24 fucking 7 until until you have some way of keeping that accelerator down without the amount of work effort you're putting in, and you've got to figure that one out. And again, you could carry that over into fitness. Again, if you're in a body transformation, you're in a fat loss phase, you're going to get to a point where you're like, fucking hell, I just do not want to do this anymore. Keep the fucking foot down, because you're just about to see the results that you wanted to see. You're about to get the level of progress that most people will never experience, because most people do bail out here. And even in like your fucking relationship, everything feels like it's going tits up, and you don't want to keep your foot on the gas anymore, but you do. So all you're going to do is you're going to go, I know it's shit still, and I know things are really hard. Do you want to go out for dinner on Friday? And you don't want to, but you do, because you know that that's the only way things are going to improve if you want it to improve. So it's just keeping that foot down, bro. I think for the younger generation, just fucking dealing with it, dealing with the uncomfortable, and doing the work.
The whole keeping the foot down analogy. You know that video of that guy that's on the motorbike, and he's like, I'm gonna go full throttle until I see either God or the checkered flag.
It's a NASCAR, bro.
No, it's not. It's a motorbike.
No, it's not. It is a NASCAR. I promise you now, because
Oh, bro,
I've shared that on my Instagram.
I literally watched it today. Maybe there's two then, because I seen the guy on a motorbike.
No, it's definitely NASCAR, because he hammers it into the side of the NASCAR ring, and then he just fucking.
Okay, maybe the audio is from the NASCAR then. But yeah, it's just that, there's two outcomes. You could either fail, or you could just go on, the other side, and bang, everything just goes well. Like, I remember you told me a story about the first holiday you went away. I think you said you got like cheap flights to like Dublin or something, and you went away for the weekend or the week, and you closed the gym down, and you were like constantly stressing because you were like, oh my god, what if I go back to like an empty unit and like nothing there? And now you're going off to like America for a week and just being like, cool, you guys have got the classes, you're all good, you're fine.
Bro, I still shit my pants though. Honest to God, I shit my ask Maddie, bro. Ask Maddie, I shit my pants every time. It's not a bad thing. I think that's probably what makes me good at my job. But I think fucking hell. Like, honestly, for the first 2 days when I go to America, I'm like, the gym's gonna fucking burn down. It's gonna burn. I know we've got nothing electrical that could catch fire, but it will, and I know it will, because that's just the way the world works.
You literally have like the lowest not a fit. No, you've literally got like the highest efficiency rate in this building in terms of electrical. So like, I don't think there could ever be an electrical fire.
Bruv, right. Low key, right? When I was in America last time, was I not messaging you at like 1 a.m. American time, talking to you in here about like marketing plans and shit?
It was, how's the gym going? Is the gym good? Is everyone okay? Are the classes all right? How the classes been, Jake? Jake, why are you not replying to me? Bro, it's like 3 a.m. here. Can you fucking let me sleep?
Bro, that was not the fucking case. That was not the case. Because I remember being in the hotel restaurant, because we'd been out and we'd done like 26,000 steps or something around Disneyland, right? Maddie was wiped, so she went to sleep. And I grabbed a sheet of paper from the Starbucks that was in our hotel, and I sat at a desk and I'd drawn out what I think we should do. And I would send pictures to Jake being like, this is our area here where we can do marketing. And then this is our area here where we can then push on building programs for the gym members to get better results. And then literally I'm like talking to you in it for like 25 minutes on the phone, being like, brother, when I get back, we are hauling ass. and then Maddie was like, what did you do? And I was like, shit, went to the gym.
Yeah, you were in the hotel lobby. I think it was like first thing in the morning here. So I was fine. I was fully rested, and you were like, brother, it's 1 a.m. I've got a whole plan. We're gonna go balls to the wall. I'm gonna sit here now in this hotel lobby, and I'm just gonna go absolutely ham. Okay, you see my face, Jake? Jake, you see my face? I'm locked in right now, dude. I have a whole plan. I have a whole business structure. Fuck it, let's just close the gym and open a new one.
Did I actually send you a picture? I reckon I probably did, didn't I? I reckon we got it on our chat.
Yeah. I reckon so. But I remember we had like a whole, I think we had like a 45-minute conversation, and I was just at home, like just, wow, I'd say chilling, probably doing something. And I was just chilling. And then, yeah, we just had like a whole sort of like business meeting over the phone, and it was great. It was great. But I think when you go on holiday, I think because you're out of the, um, I'm trying to like put this across in like a productive way, but because you're out of the environment that you're like constantly in, so like you are basically here 24/7, right? Um, and I think as soon as you're out of this environment, your mind suddenly goes like, "Whoa, there's there's a world out here," and then you suddenly get all these ideas, and it's brilliant because it's kind of like having this person just unleash their whole brain onto you and just give you every single idea. And I'm just on the forefront of it, being like, "Bro, I'm taking all of this in. This is great. This is really good." And then we'll come back and it's like, "Cool, right? We've got the plan. Let's do it." Yeah, there we go. It's absolutely brilliant. What does the caption say? What does the caption say? You're muted, brother. We didn't hear you.
It says currently sat in the lobby, completely zoning out, thinking about work.
It's that extra mile, my friend. It's that extra mile. But it is brilliant. It is brilliant. And the good thing is that I know that you're out in America and you're having a good time and you're chilling, and everything back here is absolutely fine. But yeah, you're just like constantly like ideas, ideas, ideas. Let's go. Let's fucking do it. And you have this like second wave of inspiration, which is it's cool, man. It is cool. And it's nice being on like the receiving end of that.
It's fucking hell living with it, bro. I ain't gonna lie, like, it's fucking shit. Like, honest to God, like sometimes I'm low key, and Maddie, if you watch this, I am so sorry, right? But when we're away on holiday, I'll be walking through the park. She'll be like, it's nice to be away together and just enjoy the environment, isn't it? I'm like, absolutely, babe. It's amazing. Like, I love this place. And I'm looking around going, we could implement these smell detectors inside of Tribe. I might actually try and see whether I can find out the brand
Yes.
name.
Yes. Yes. I remember you came back at the first business meeting we had. You were like, there are so many ways that we can create a better vibe in the gym. We could have different smells. We could paint the walls differently. What else is there? I don't know. Jake, why don't you dress up in a Mickey Mouse costume? That would get the that would get the people really going.
Bro, you know, this is semi-embarrassing, but low key, I think it'd be well cool and I would love to do it. We were walking fucking hell, this is so embarrassing. We're walking through Hogwarts, yeah, like the fucking Hogwarts school in America, right? Which is like a full replica of Hogwarts. Beautiful fucking place, right? But on the walls, because it's a replica of Hogwarts, they have like moving pictures, which are like moving pictures of like, you know, in the film they have like oh god, I can't remember their names. Anyway, they have these moving pictures. Yeah, so what it is it is a picture frame with a TV behind it. Yeah, so it just literally looks like it is a picture, but then all of a sudden the picture moves. You go, whoa! And I said to Manny, I was like, "We're going to do that when we get back to Tribe. I'm going to do that. I'm going to put that right above the deadlift platform. And every now and again, what's going to happen is going to be a picture of us three all stood there like this. And every now and again, it will go, hurry up. When are you going to lift it? And then we go, fucking hell, and go back to it. And honest to God, Jake, I was doubling down on that hard. Like I'd researched the screens I wanted to buy. I bought like a fake picture frame and stuff. I was gonna buy a fake picture frame. It was in my basket and everything. And only when like 3 weeks had passed, when Maddie was like, just hold off on it. See whether you feel the same way in Jan. Was I like, I'm so glad I didn't buy those things because there are so many other areas that need work apart from that right now. Low key, I still think it's a good idea, you know?
I think that would be pretty cool. I think that would be very cool. Yeah, but yeah, man, very cool. Your mind works in mysterious ways, my friend.
But I do think sometimes as well, yeah, it goes back to the whole analogy of like sometimes you have to think out the box, yeah. And like again, we spoke about this recently, right? Jake was sat in a room with me and we were talking about content on social media. And I was like, needs to be cringe. He was like, well, it doesn't have to be cringe. I was like, no, needs to be cringe. And he was like, why does it have to be cringe? I was like, because cringe is weird. Cringe means something, you're seeing something that isn't normal. And generally, if something's cringe, you remember it. So if something's cringe or considered cringe for the majority of people, you're probably banking pretty well on the fact that lots of people are seeing this thing. And it goes back to that video of that guy. And he's giving fitness advice, right? And he does this every single time. If you want to build your biceps, then you should be doing at least 3 of these movements. Let me show you, right? And pure fucking rage bait. It is the most. I said this guy. I left a comment saying like evil genius, but like this guy, right? And there's so many people going, "Bro's only unlocked 1 emo" and stuff like that in the comments. But this guy had me nail focused in on this video because I was like, no, he's not. Oh, he is. He's doing every single sentence. He's doing that same gesture, and it's his thing. But the guy's got 60,000 followers and about 2.4 million views on every one of his videos. And the information he's sharing is actually good. Like, and actually it's got my attention. It's got so many other people's attention. And I was like, this is marketing 101. Figure out some way to get people to pay attention to you, pair that up with good knowledge. And yeah, he's got a good business, to be honest. So actually, we were saying not that we're going to be doing this, but um you got to find some way of standing out, man, and that applies to everything. Yeah, like don't this kid ultimately, yes, is going to doing the hand gestures, and yes, it's a bit cringy, but it's working. It is working, and anybody that says to him, "Mate, that's stupid. Why would that ever work?" He can turn around and be like, "Well, show me 6 consecutive videos have got 2.5 million views from you, then." And they'll be like, "Well, I haven't got that. I get likes from my nan and my auntie." And this kid will be like, well, okay, cool. This one that I've got, it's got 60,400 likes. So it's up to you whether or not you want to, mock me for what I'm doing, but I'm pretty good at marketing at this point.
I was going to say, and 2 of those likes are the other guy's auntie and nan. Also, that reminds me, I think my Speedos do arrive in the post tomorrow for my videos. Okay. So they're nice blue Speedos and they've got yellow little duckies on them. So guys that want to look into my content, then you're in for a big shock. There's a lot of bunda on display. It's coming soon.
Oh, viewership dropped massively when you mentioned that.
Yeah, we went down from like 9 to 1.
It was good while it lasted until the speeders with the duckies came out and we're fucking done.
I do this every time. Fuck.
It's a level of cringe where it just becomes OnlyFans content, brother.
Money.
Well, clearly not. What do we say, Jake? If we fail, we try again. You get the Speedos, but this time you don't get the duckies. You just get teddy bears, bro. And next time, it won't go from 9 to 1. It will go from 9 to 2. And then
Progression, baby.
Then we refine it more.
More powerful.
Oh, man. But yeah, no, genuinely, bro, like it's a nice I don't know. It's just a nice feeling to understand that sometimes actually being going against the grain is actually a nice, a good thing, an enjoyable thing, and actually makes life really fun. I don't know about you, bro, but every time being sat here now and thinking about it, I really do enjoy a little bit of controversy when it comes to approach. Like, I don't know about you, but sometimes I feel like I want to create something that's so fucking wild and so like crazy with what they do that people are almost looking at it going, there's no absolutely zero chance that would work. And then when it works, they go, oh, of course it did. You know?
It's when someone else goes off with your idea and you're like, fuck, I should have done it first. I should have done it.
Mate, I always look at the the Leroy Jenkins video. Bro, I was playing World of Warcraft at that time and was not around. I was there when it was a thing, and me and my mates used to just do funny shit on raids all the time. And I was like, no, never post it because the girls at school will never love me. And now looking back at it, God, that would have made that guy millions, man. And still makes some money now because it still gets views now. So, that is a nest egg that he can sit on for the rest of his life, man.
The message there: be unique, be cringe. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of the cringe.
You know that quote that I posted the other day? Weird people get weird results, so fuck normal, be weird. I love that, bro. So passionately adore that. Is like what it means deep down. You can read into that whatever way you want to read into it, but it's so fucking true.
Do you know the quote that I stand by? I showed it to you today, and it's the one that goes, "Tough time never last. Only tough people last."
All right, that was a really that went from a deep moment into something completely different there.
It's true though, isn't it? It's true. How can you argue to me that that's not true?
I like to think that the first two sentences make complete sense. I like to think that last little bit is maybe unnecessary. You don't need to do it again. I can see you trying to do it again. There is no need.
I would do it again.
Yeah, you will. I can see a mic going towards your mouth, you idiot. We can all see you're caught on 4K, brother.
Oh, I won't do it. I promise.
Caught you all by surprise.
Oh dear.
Well, on that note, I think we're going to bring this to an end. And yeah, next week, what are we going to talk about next week? Should we talk about bodybuilding and shit for a little bit or not?
Yeah, let's do it.
Talk about bodybuilding.
Yeah, let's do it.
Should we talk about people that have been in bodybuilding that have done some crazy shit? Should we get 3 stories each of crazy bodybuilders that have done some crazy shit?
Okay, I mean, I've thought of one straight away.
If you say Susan Boyle,
Why would I say Susan
professional
Boyle?
level bodybuilder Susan Boyle, because we all know Susan's story, bro. We all tuned into Britain's Got Talent. We know she's a professional bodybuilder.
Yeah, glutes.
Are you going to talk about Helen Mirren?
Who's that?
Are you going to talk about Mariah Carey?
No. Do you know that streamer?
Hilary Duff?
What's that guy's name? Jimsy? Is it
Jim
Madonna?
Skins.
Jimskin, that's it. Madonna. Get into the groove, boy. You got to prove your love to me. I got to stop because we'll get done for copyright.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That sounded perfect. That didn't sound like it was a Down syndrome person trying to do karaoke.
Jesus Christ.
Before this podcast started, I clicked yes to this is safe for kids on YouTube.
You're teaching them good morals.
So remember, kids, there's nothing wrong with that. Education.
So if you want a good impression of someone with Down syndrome singing Madonna into the groove, then you can message me. You can get that direct.
But if you laugh, you will be banned from YouTube for 5 years.
You will.
I kept a dead straight face when I was talking to Jake there.
And do you know what really frustrates me about that is that the only people that are going to get offended by that are people that don't have Down syndrome. Bro, I said this to my girlfriend the other day. People with Down syndrome have like the most chill life ever.
Oh, bro, yeah, dude,
they're so chill.
Mate, John Cena. I watched an interview with John Cena, and he was like, he does like loads of work with Down syndrome kids, and he said, no, it wasn't him. It was who's the comedian? Is it Seth or something? I can't remember his last name.
Seth Rogen?
No. There's another comedian. Anyway, there's another comedian, and basically he said he had a Down syndrome family member, right? It was his cousin. He was like, honest to God, he is the nicest possible person because there is not, the guy I'm on about because I can see you thinking about it.
Is it the guy and he's doing like a live show? And
Yes, it is.
yeah, and he's like, his cousin's like that. Is that one?
And he basically he was saying that actually his cousin is so nice and so like lovely. He's like, I can't wait to go see him. He can't wait to see me. We have the best possible time. He is like my best friend because there is nothing that dude, these Down syndrome kids and people, get so happy off of the smallest things. So he's like, it's great. Like, every day is great. Everything is enjoyable because they are happy inherently, right? And he was like, this is what people should be like, but we take everything for granted around us all the time. Like, we take the idea for like for his cousin going out for a walk is the best possible time it could possibly be in the world because he's like, this is the best thing in the world. And for us, we're like, oh, walking again. Ugh. Like, actually, dude, this is the response that we probably should all have towards just living life, right?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Never thought this conversation would get to that, but it's so true. It's so true. They have no
It's
stress.
true,
They have
man.
no worries. They're just so chill, man. They're just chilling. They're just vibing, bro. Life's a movie, and they are the main characters.
I feel like they're not even the main characters, bro. They just spectating. They're just, dude. Honest to God,
I see
it's
why
like
you.
being in the cinema.
I see why you say that, and I completely agree. They're just
Yeah,
looking back, being like,
they just want to watch, dude. No, they're having the best time. They are having the best time, and that is so fucking admirable. Because honestly, I go to watch some films. I'm like, I'm the most miserable bastard in here, man. This film is shocking. But I'd love to love it, but I don't. And yes, Maddie, I don't like rom coms. Okay, I hate them. True though. It's true. It's fucking true. Bro, I'd love to love some things in life. I'd love to love fucking being stuck behind an old lady driving 20 miles per hour in a 40 zone, but I don't. I hate
you
it and I'm
still
angry.
fucking crying about
She
that.
should not have been going 20 in a 40. I believe that is a crime. If you're going to get fined to go over the speed limit, you should might as well just get fined to be under it. Because now I'm going to try and overtake you. But I can't overtake you because the road's too fucking narrow.
And there's fucking potholes everywhere.
Yeah. The one time you go to overtake, right, is that rogue random speed bump. They've just decided to start doing road work. So like, careful, uneven ground. You're like, oh, oh.
It's that one police car that's on the side of the road, and like you overtake at the wrong moment, and it's like, cut your fucking ass, and you're like, for fuck's sake,
Yeah.
fuck's sake.
Yeah. Or that one old lady with the yellows camera just going like that. She's tracking you, and you're like, "Oh, get lost, Susan." And you get that weird letter in the post that says, "You were caught going 75 in a 20. Just to let you know that the police have been made aware." And you're like, "Cool." The police literally don't give a fuck, dude. Like,
They need to add a little bit at the bottom where
yeah.
it's like, just to let you know, sir, you've been made aware. The police have been informed. They're going to do absolutely fuck all about it. But I saw you do it, and I hope that stays with you for the rest of your life. You inconsiderate bastard. You know, there are old ladies that live down this road. You know, and these ladies, they're so vulnerable.
I know. I thought about writing a letter back going, I know there are old ladies live down here, and that's why I'm actively trying to hit them.
Put them out their misery, if anything. Come on,
I
love.
was joking.
Yeah. No, we're joking. We're joking.
No, but honestly, bro, like people that do the whole neighborhood watch thing, like I genuinely like, bro, I've got a serious problem with them. I think you need a hobby.
And I just love
Speed
you.
watch, by the
Speed
way,
watch,
not
that's
the
it,
people that
that's
go
it.
out there and like look after like drunk people because I think that that's a great thing. They have saved my life plenty of times. They always have lollipops, bro. What? Why do they have lollipops, man? Why of all things? But low key, it is the most exciting thing in the world, man. Like when you're so drunk, you're throwing up everywhere, and they go, "Here, mate, have a lollipop and some flip flops." You're like, "Mate,
Must feel
okay."
so odd coming from a stranger. You're drunk, you're stumbling home, you're on your own, and some guy comes up to you and goes, "Here, mate, suck on this. This will make you feel better."
No, that's a different experience you've had, brother.
Bro, what is it with my luck, man? Can't catch a fucking break.
Yeah, I know. Generally, they offer you the lollipop; they don't force you to do it, bruv. Anyway, moving on from that traumatic PTSD experience from Jake there. Neighborhood watch people, not bad, not bad. Do you want to know low key a really funny story?
Go on, hit me with it.
So there is a neighborhood watch. There is a Gunworth watch in Portsmouth. When I was younger, and I was an events promoter, so obviously I was a bit of an idiot. You can imagine what that was like. It was just basically Love Island, but live in city. And basically,
In
I went,
Portsmouth.
yeah, dude, don't knock it till you've been there because
I will
honest to
probably
God,
never go there.
Dude, Gunwharf Keys, honestly, lovely, lovely night out, lovely day out as well. Like it's beautiful. It almost seems like it shouldn't be there. Like it's that nice, and it's gated. So obviously, it's like there are security walking around all the time. They call it the Gunwharf Watch. Anyway, um, Jon Snow and that, and basically, basically, me and my mates, there was a club there called Tiger. We went on a night out, and I'd had one too many pre's. And it was a long there was a long queue, okay? It was a long queue to Tiger. It was a busy night, and at this point, Tiger was not our club, so it meant that I didn't get privilege of queue jump in, like, the other queues that I would do with my club promotion agency. So, that meant I had to stand in the queue for an hour and a half, and I looked at this queue, and I was absolutely hammered, and I was like, "I'm not making it through that queue. I'm not gonna make it in because I need a wee." And so, basically, at this point, I just decided to find an alleyway and I went for a wee, bro. And what then started to happen was I was weeing. Best time of my life, dude. You know what it's like when you have a drunk wee. Good lord, it's the best feeling in the world. And then I lifted off the ground and I was like, "Ugh, I don't think I know how to fly. This is weird." And then I started moving and I was like, maybe I do. And then I realized that there were two men that had grabbed me by my arms and they were watching me on the CCTV and my trousers were fully down and they just carried me out. And it was a 5 minute walk through this very busy area. I had my penis out, bro, the whole time. Everybody saw everything. And I just, bro, honest to God, like, I think they were expecting me to get nervous and be like, no, no, let me pull my trousers up. Dude, I just continued to wee. I was leaving like a slipstream. The more I thought about it, I was like, at least my friends will know where to find me. They could just follow the wee line.
It's like Indiana Jones when they're in the plane and there's the red line following them where they're going. That was you
Brother.
with your piss.
It was, man. And honestly, to be fair, by the time they dropped me off outside the gate, I was like, I pulled my trousers up.
I need a
And I
shit
went
now,
back
guys.
I went back over and I was there like, "I'm done now. Can I go back in?" Like, "Mate, you need to piss off, bro." I was like, "Alright, fine. I'll go back to the other clubs that would let me in." So, yeah. And,
Fucking, what a story to end the podcast. I love that.
well, it's just nice to know that we're human as well and we all make mistakes. But remember, guys, when you fail, you should try again. Every failure is a lesson. Next time, I'm going to pee in a different alleyway.
And if two strapping guys come down and pick you up and you keep pissing, then that's a metaphor for no matter how many people try and move you from your course, you should always stay on it. Do the most you can.
100%.
Do the most you
100%.
can.
Never lose yourself. Be cringe. Be unique.
Piss in an alleyway.
Bro, be unique. You know what I'm saying? I've done it now. You got to figure out a new way to do it.
That's my Instagram post sorted for tomorrow. A motivational quote.
Yeah,
Be
remember,
cringe,
guys.
be weird. Piss in alleyways.
Low key. What would you do if that went viral? It's the one post that just banks.
Yeah.
Right. On that note, we're going to call it to an end. Do you agree, Jake?
Yeah, I agree. An hour and a half, dude. Damn, this is like our longest episode. Didn't even feel like an hour and a half.
No,
It's
man.
crazy. Yeah, man.
It's
Good
nice
chat.
though. It's nice to talk about. Like, I know we had a bit of a joke at the end, but the majority of that was like really good quality content, and I really enjoy talking about that sort of stuff. So, guys, if you are tuning in and you would like some help with your journey, again, the more you tune in, the more linear we can make this podcast in terms of um the content that you guys want to see. Yeah, it comes from involvement, it comes from engagement. We want to know from you guys, what do you want us to see? How can we help you out? How can we help you with your journey? The more we know, the more accurate we can be with it.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
Right, guys, on that note, we're going to love you and leave you because we have beds to get to and we're very tired. It's been a long day for us, isn't it, Drake?
Has indeed, my friend. Has indeed. Why don't you finish off with a quote? Finish us off with a quote, Les, and I'll do the same.
Okay.
Can be something that we've already said. Can be something completely different. Can be something that might not even relate to anything at all. Something personal to you, man.
Okay. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it with I'm going to leave it with what I said earlier. Yeah. You have to hold the fucking line. Just remember that with your standards, remember that with your relationship, remember that with your work, remember that with your journey in fitness, in bodybuilding, in whatever it may be. You have to hold the fucking no. Hold is it hold? You have to hold the fucking line. That's 7 words. Brilliant. 7 words. Anyway, you have to hold the fucking line. Just make sure you stand by it. Yeah, don't let anybody take you off that line and just stick with your guns. If you want to succeed at anything, you have to know that vision and you have to stand by it.
Love that. I'm gonna go back to one that I said earlier. Tough time never lasts. Only tough people. I'm joking. No, it's gonna be the train like you've never won and compete like you've never lost. There you go. Nice and easy.
Nice.
Jake out.
Oh god. Okay. Right, guys. I love how you almost I love how you kind of wanted to drop the £280 mic that you spent loads of money on.
I nearly a little bit of poo did come out then, I can't lie.
All right, guys. Lovely to leave you. See you later.